When playing Ultimate Frisbee, you are legally allowed to take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. At this point, you are only allowed to pivot in order to throw the Frisbee. By pivoting, I mean taking one foot and keeping it in the floor and turning around that foot. For example, 1, 2, 3. Can't move, pivot around the foot, and throw from there.
Once you've caught the Frisbee and you've done your 3 steps, you have 10 seconds to get rid of the Frisbee. You can pivot while you're trying to get rid of the Frisbee in any direction you want. Also, you can throw the Frisbee forward, sideways, backwards, any direction you need. Always pivot around to get your defender away from you. Remember, you only have 10 seconds to get that Frisbee out of your hands.
When you're playing Ultimate Frisbee, a key component that you need to look out for when you're on defense is that you close the space as much as you can between you and the offensive player. Also, while you are playing defense, you cannot touch the offensive player. If you touch the offensive player in any way, this leads to a foul. Therefore, if a foul occurs, then the play will redo itself, or it will just progress in a manner that it was from the beginning again. So a key component, like I said, to close the space in between you and the offensive player as much as you can, like this. You have to get close to them, making sure to give them stress and to put them under tension so that it's harder for them to make a throw. Once again, like we said before, they can make a throw in any direction that they want. So you have to be ready and you have to be prepared in any direction. Once again, you cannot touch the player. If you touch the player, this is a foul, and you have to back up, and the play resumes as it was before you approach the offensive player.
So when we're in Ultimate Frisbee gameplay, picks and screens are not allowed. And what a screen is where an offensive player will run up to a defensive player to allow another offensive player to get open. And I'll show you a quick demonstration of what a screen is. So if I'm trying to throw the Frisbee to my teammate Dylan, and Brandon is another offensive player, he's going to run up to Jared and set a screen to get Dylan open, and that's when I would throw it. So that is not allowed, and if you do a screen or a pick, it will result in a turnover and the other team will get possession of the Frisbee. So when you're on offense, there are multiple ways for a turnover to occur. And what a turnover is when you're on offense and something happens with the Frisbee and possession goes to the defense. And there are 4 ways a turnover can happen. The first one is if the throw goes out of bounds. The second one is if the person who's trying to catch the Frisbee drops it and it hits the ground. The third one is if the defender runs in front of the person trying to catch the Frisbee and the defender catches it. And the fourth one is if the defender knocks the Frisbee to the ground. So anytime the Frisbee goes out of bounds, hits the floor, or is caught by the other team, it is a turnover. So here's a demonstration of what a dropped pass is. Because it hit the ground, that means it. And now, if it's thrown out of bounds, this is also a turnover. So if the red was out of bounds, it went past me, landed out of bounds, the other team would get possession. Now, if a defender comes in, intercepts the pass, that'd be their possession, and it's a turnover because we no longer have possession. And the last way is if the defender comes in and knocks the pass down. Once again, it's on the ground, so offense will lose possession, and that's a turnover.
During Ultimate Frisbee gameplay, there are typically 5 locomotor movements being used: running, jumping, catching, walking, and throwing. A demonstration of a locomotor movement would be running. My teammate will throw me the Frisbee, and I'll run and I'll catch it, simply just like this. Another locomotor movement in Ultimate Frisbee, as I said before, would be jumping. So I'm going to have my teammate throw me the Frisbee up high, and I'm going to jump and I'm going to catch it. Another 2 locomotor movements in Ultimate Frisbee is throwing and catching. So I'm going to throw it to Brandon, and Brandon's going to catch it. In Ultimate Frisbee, the last of the 5 locomotor movements is walking. So for a demonstration, I'm going to walk up to Brandon, the offensive player, and I'm going to actively defend. In Ultimate Frisbee, Some movement concepts you can use to create open space are varying pathways, changing speed, direction, pace, or distance between you and an opposing player. In Ultimate Frisbee, a demonstration of the movement concepts, varying pathways, and changing direction would be me moving in and out to receive a Frisbee. Here's an example. Another example of two movement concepts in Ultimate Frisbee, which would be changing speeds and changing pace. An example would be me running slow and then me sprinting. For changing pace, it would simply be me running, stopping, and then starting again. Lastly, in Ultimate Frisbee, you should always be looking to create space between you and an opposing player. So an example here is going to be me trying to get away from Brandon.
We decided to review all of the content of our Ultimate Frisbee pre-assessment because we figured it would be beneficial to review everything at once. At least every question was missed once by a student, and instead of isolating different things, we put everything together to make sure nothing was missing and everybody understood everything that was going on.